You wouldn't believe me if I told you. I set my first house on fire. Well, apartment. Trying to cook. Mind you, I never put anything on the stove. Now, today, Miss Millie don't burn no chicken. But back then, your girl set the whole apartment building. All right, I might be exaggerating a little bit. I ain't set the whole apartment building on fire, but I definitely set my very first apartment on fire. Come with me while I do my hair and tell you about my blaze. I really should be washing my hair, but I don't want to, and I couldn't get into my hairstylist for another week or so, so I have to do something to it, but I don't feel like washing it. So I'm going to see if I can recurl it for another couple of days before I feel like washing it. Super sidebar, if you remind me at some point, I'll tell you why my edges is bald head chicken, because I got into a fight, and I didn't know I could fight like that back then. Now, I don't fight no more, but don't tempt me, because I will. But let me put you at the scene. This was approximately 20 years ago. Wow. I'm getting old. I do got some gray hairs up in there. This was 20 years ago, not approximately. I was 18 years old. I am 38. So this was my very first apartment, and I just knew. I knew how to cook. Now, mind you, I fried chicken all the time at my mama's house. One thing that I didn't do was warm up the grease. My mama always did that. Now, it never dawned on me that I didn't know how to warm up the grease. But I knew how to season that chicken, and I knew how to fry that chicken. So Miss Millie was in the kitchen, and she was getting ready to fry that chicken. So let me tell you what my dumb old self did. Mind you, I'm only 18 years old, okay? So I never seen my mom warm up the grease. So I put some grease on the stove, and I put it in a pot, because I thought I was going to deep fry it like my mom did on the stove with a pot. Let me hurry up with this natural hair. You know it like to revert. So tell me why I go get in the shower. Now, look, why I go get in the shower, you ask? Because me and my homegirl Tasha have been swimming. Now, this is the first apartment that I had, and it's got a swimming pool. I'm finna take advantage of the swimming pool. So we kicking it, and I'm like, girl, we gonna go swimming, and I'm gonna fry some chicken. My goofy self get in the shower with the grease on the stove, with the lid on it. I'm in the shower taking 11 million years, and I'm like, oh, it's fine. She in there, she got it. Whole time, she ain't paying it no attention. She in there doing her thing. Whatever that was. I get out the shower, and I'm like, it's kind of smoky in here. Oh, shoot, I forgot that grease was on the stove. So I run to the kitchen. I don't have no clothes on. I just got on a towel. Hair soaking wet, everything, and it's smoking all at the stove. So I'm like, oh my goodness, what to do? I turned the stove off immediately. It was an electric stove. Thank God it wasn't a gas stove. I could only imagine the damage that I would have caused if it would have been a gas stove. Anyway, so I'm like, what to do? I pulled a lid off of it. My face. Here go the pot. My face right here. I pulled a pot, and it went whoosh up in my face. Soaking wet. So glad that my hair was soaking wet and my face was still soaking wet, because mind you, I hopped out the shower and all I got on is a towel, and I had washed my hair and everything. So here go whoosh, fire all over the place or whatever. It's a grease fire. I know better than to spray water on the grease fire. Whole time I'm like, Don't spray no water on the fire. Don't spray no water on the fire. What's the first thing I do because I panicked? Turn the faucet on. Here I am at the stove. If I'm at the stove, the faucet was right here. Here I go. It's the closest thing. I reach for actually, skirt, I'm lying. I remembered, don't put no water on it. Don't put no water on it. Put flour on it. So I grabbed the flour and I dumped the flour because I have flour everywhere. I almost forgot about that. I'm talking about I have flour everywhere. I'm dumping the flour. I'm screaming at Tasha, Tasha, it's not working. She panicking and stuff. I can't tell you what she doing and what she got going on because I have no clue. I'm trying to be a firefighter and put out the fire. So here I go. All right, the flour ain't working. What else can I use? I got some salt. This salt. Go get the salt. Pour it on the fire. Pour. That's not working. Oh my God, my house about to burn down. I'm gonna get kicked out. This is my first apartment. No. I'm panicking. What do I do? Now here I go for the faucet. Shh. Whoosh. Here go the flames. Up. Bigger and bigger. I'm like, oh my God, no. She like, we gotta call 911. I'm like, no, they gonna put me out. So here she go. She don't have no clothes on either. Mind you, we went swimming. She go put her clothes on. I'm calling 911. She got clothes on. I'm still running around trying to put the fire out, being dumb. They say, get out the building. I said, all right, bet. It's an apartment building. We gotta warn all the neighbors. Mind you, I'm 18 years old. I don't have no clothes on. Hair soaking wet. Just a hot mess. I probably have flour all over my face. Like, I wish that this was the day that cameras, like, because somebody would have recorded me and had me all over the internet looking crazy. So here I go, running through the apartment building on the phone with 911 with my friend Tasha. Tasha, you gotta knock on all the doors. I don't want nobody to die in the apartments. So here we go. It's probably like 30 apartments in these apartment buildings. So I'm knocking on the doors. You gotta get out. There's a fire. You gotta get out. There's a fire. Then I'm sitting on the curb waiting for the fire truck and people to come. I lived the time that it took the fire department to get there. Now, I don't know their job, but where I lived and where the fire department is dangerously close. I'm talking about, I lived here. There is a driveway coming down this street. It's maybe a quarter of a mile. I'm pushing it because it really ain't that long. You get to the end of the driveway. Here's the main street. Less than a half a mile is the fire station. I swear to you, it took them 45 million years to get there to my apartment. I'm like, what's taking so long? The apartments is gonna burn down. I just knew that I was gonna get put out of my apartment. I ain't get put out, y'all. I did not get put out. The fire department, they came, they put out the fire. They was like, what did you do? I'm like, I poured water on it. They like, you know you're not supposed to do that. I'm like, I know, but I didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to get put out of my apartment. That's all I cared about, was getting put out of my apartment. So the damage was not that bad. It was really just some smoke damage to my apartment and my apartment alone. The walls needed to be repainted in the kitchen. And what else? I think they replaced probably like one side of the cabinets in the kitchen. But other than that, it wasn't a whole lot of damage. They didn't put me out and they didn't charge me for it. I was like, yes, I get to keep my apartment. My apartment was $515 back then. $515. Very good, very good. Now, if you want to see the rest of my hair video, you're going to have to tune in tomorrow because I feel like a big hungry snack. I'm kind of out of breath from telling you that story. So go ahead and click that follow button, click that share button. I'm trying to be a content creator, y'all. I don't know how to do this. I'm new to this. I ain't true to this. I hope you like my story. It's a real story. I promise you, I got a witness. I get Tasha on here. If you don't believe me, she gonna tell you. Tasha a real person. I just looked up. I ain't gonna pull up her picture. Not today. But go ahead and click that follow button. Follow me for more.